Today on Busted in the Hood. With Mayhem, we look at the dark legacy of Robert Shumake Jr., also known as Bobby Shumake Jaffia, a tale of greed, deception, and spiritual exploitation. Next week we look into iFan, so like and follow. You do not want to miss this shit. The Dark Legacy of Robert Shumake, a tale of greed, deception, and spiritual exploitation. Robert Samuel Shumake Jr., also known as Bobby Shumake Jaffia, a name that has echoed through the halls of controversy and legal battles, is a figure shrouded in intrigue and deception. With a penchant for self-reinvention, Shumake has flitted between the roles of businessman, spiritual leader, and convicted fraudster, leaving a trail of financial ruin and shattered dreams in his wake. Shumake's journey into the underworld of finance didn't just begin with a series of complex financial schemes, where he manipulated stock prices and defrauded investors through elaborate pump-and-dump schemes. One of his most notorious schemes involved the manipulation of Minerco Inc., a penny stock company that purported to market and distribute psilocybin mushrooms, also known as psychedelic mushrooms. Shumake, along with his co-conspirators, engaged in a classic pump-and-dump scheme, artificially inflating Minerco's stock price through false and misleading information. They disseminated false news about the company's potential, creating a frenzy of buying activity among unsuspecting investors. Once the stock price reached its peak, Shumake and his associates sold their shares, leaving investors holding worthless stock. The SEC charged Minerco Inc., Shumake, and his co-conspirator, Julius Makiri Jenga, for their roles in this multi-million-dollar pump-and-dump scheme. The indictment alleged that Shumake, as the mastermind behind the scheme, concealed his involvement in the company due to his criminal history and recruited Jang to serve as CEO. Shumake's fraudulent activities extended beyond penny stocks. He was also involved in crowdfunding fraud, raising millions of dollars for companies like 420 Real Estate under false pretenses. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed charges against Shumake and his associates, alleging that they misappropriated investor funds for personal use. In addition to his financial crimes, Shumake has been linked to the controversial Soul Tribe International Ministries. This Detroit-based church, which promotes the use of psychedelic substances, has faced legal challenges and accusations of illegal drug distribution. Shumake's involvement with the church has further tarnished his reputation and raised questions about his true intentions. A master of deception. Shumake's ability to manipulate and deceive was unparalleled. He was a master of disguise, a chameleon who could adapt to any situation. His charisma and charm allowed him to win the trust of his victims, luring them into his intricate web of deceit. One of Shumake's most effective tactics was to portray himself as a philanthropic visionary. He would often donate to charitable causes and engage in community service, creating a public image of a generous and compassionate individual. However, these acts of charity were often a facade, designed to mask his true intentions. Shumake's fraudulent schemes were carefully orchestrated, involving a network of accomplices who played crucial roles in his operations. He would often recruit individuals with expertise in finance, law, and technology to help him execute his plans. These individuals, blinded by the promise of wealth and power, were willing to turn a blind eye to the illegal activities. The unraveling of the web. The intricate web of deceit that Shumake had woven began to unravel as law enforcement agencies closed in on his activities. Investigators uncovered evidence of his financial crimes, including bank records, emails, and other digital evidence. As the evidence mounted, Shumake's empire began to crumble. He was arrested and charged with various financial crimes, including securities fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering. The legal proceedings that followed revealed a complex web of deceit and manipulation, as prosecutors laid out the evidence against Shumake and his associates. The court cases highlighted Shumake's disregard for the law and his willingness to exploit others for personal gain. His victims, who had invested their hard-earned money in his fraudulent schemes, suffered significant financial losses and emotional distress. A cautionary tale. Shumake's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of financial fraud and the importance of due diligence. His ability to manipulate and deceive highlights the need for vigilance and skepticism, especially when dealing with complex financial schemes. Shumake's legacy is one of greed, deceit, and betrayal. His name will forever be associated with the darker side of the American dream, a cautionary tale for those who seek to profit from the dreams and aspirations of others.